well done to Featherstone for making the 4. Well done to Leigh for 5, sorry. And York finishing 3rd. Tremendous achievement for them.
The top English side in the division.
Yeah, Toulouse in 2nd. So the playoffs start this week. Toulouse against York in the qualifying playoff. Winner will go to Toronto the week after. Leigh, Fev, loser goes home. We'll stick these in the prediction score. Who are you expecting? What are you expecting in the playoffs in the Championship?
Well, I like the way Toulouse play. I have done every time I've seen them, but I said York this year under coach James Ford that they'll make the 5, and they have made the 5, and they've done marvellous, haven't they? Very, very well. But it will be a tough ask going to Toulouse Olympique. It will be an attractive open game. That's the way the both teams play. That's the way the coaches want the players to play from there. But with home advantage, I'll just go for Toulouse on this one. But York certainly the week after, they'll be fancying that from there. But I'll just go Toulouse. Home advantage. I'll go Toulouse by 7.
John?
Yeah, I think it's a really tough game for York going over there. But I just think they've had a fantastic season. I mean, the job James Ford's done. Easily coach of the year in the Championship, and John Flatman as well. I mean, manages that club really well. I think they can do it. I think Fordy's he's a bit of a coaching guru, star on the rise, and I think they can upset Toulouse.
Toulouse have had a couple of shock home defeats.
They have, yeah. They're prone to sort of collapsing at times.
So, but is this
is a game you want to lose?
Well, I'm going to say, do you actually want to win? Because if you win, you go to Toronto. Chances are you may lose there. Then you've got to come home, play it, and if you win, you've got to go back to Toronto. Yeah. It's almost a double-edged sword, isn't it? Do you bite the bullet and go, all right, we'll see if we can win at home next week, and then I don't know. It's a weird one for me. I don't know. I like York, as you said, and Toulouse. I watched them play. I thought they were really good against Toronto. They obviously beat them earlier in the season. I thought they were good, missing loads of players. I said it a while ago about Saints. I didn't think they'd win it. I also said I'm not sure Toronto will.
I'm not sure.
When they're absolutely under the pump, they've got some great players, but that don't mean they're going to win. They had some great players last year, or good players, and they didn't win. It's a big bottle job. So you know what this is? You know what Toronto like in the playoffs? It's like Celtic getting into Europe, right? And then
it's
all about the Champions League.
Toronto.
No, it's not. I'm not bothered. If they get in, I'll play them in. I'd love to go. Absolutely love to go. Yeah. But it's all about that. And we see with Celtic, they don't always come up with the goods, do they? Yeah. So Toulouse, York, not too fussed. I think one of those two will get to the grand final with Toronto. I'll go home advantage, just Toulouse to win it this week, and then they'll have a trip to Toronto. What about you, Rich?
The key for me with Toronto is the fact they've got Brian McDermott. On this game, I just looked at the points difference. Toulouse is massive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Toulouse, but again, it's a fascinating game. I look forward to watching this one on Saturday, however it's broadcast. 3 o'clock kickoff. What time do I start with?
It's on the LA Gap, I believe.
Perfect. I can watch it at home. I can stream it on my telly. Toulouse by 6.
Another game sees Leigh, big spending Leigh, taking on Featherstone, who were incensed and will be without at least, 2 of their players who've been banned this week. What do we reckon? Leigh Fev. Loser goes home.
Yeah, it's must be for both sides, isn't it? As you mentioned there, loser finishes their season's done for 2019, and there's no love lost between these two sides, is there? No love lost whatsoever, and but the pressure's on. Both chairmen, certainly, and Mr. Bowman and Mr. Campbell, they want Super League. They want to make sure that certainly give him opportunity to get to the grand final of the Championship from there. So it's do or die. No love lost between the two clubs. Both quality sides. I just feel as though that Leigh have a little bit more quality than Featherstone. Featherstone have been missing 2 of the players, as you've mentioned. Home advantage for Leigh, big crowd behind them. They're under the pressure a bit better than Featherstone. I'm going Leigh by 10.
John?
Yeah, I've seen Featherstone a few times this year. I really like what they're doing. I think Cameron King, quality player. Obviously, they've got a lot of.
Is he going to be fit?
I think he'll play.
He's got 2 tries but got injured.
And I think also the hearing a lot of good things about Connor Jones, the hooker who signed mid-season who's off to Salford next year.
Yeah.
He's really one to watch. So I think Featherstone can do it. I think they're going to put Leigh away from home.
Rich? All the pressure's on Leigh, isn't it? They've spent all this money again, signed all these players again, and I wonder what's going to happen afterwards when they don't get promotion again. I'm going to side with Fev. I think there's no pressure on them whatsoever. They can just go there and have a go, see what happens. Get accused of being anti-Leigh now instead of being anti-Fev, so that's good. Featherstone by 8.
Just going to go for Leigh. Tough game for Fev at the weekend. I think they tipped a lot into that. Can they go away to Leigh and win? I'm not overly sure, but Leigh obviously had a tough game in Toronto. You know, how are they going to come back from that? Big question, isn't it? I think Leigh will just do it. I think Leigh will go into week 2 of the playoffs. So that is the championship. Right, let's start off in the Betfred Super League. Feel free to send your guesses in, your estimates of the scores. Wigan taking on Castleford. It's Thursday night. Wigan, a win sees them second. Castleford, a win guarantees their Super League playoff place. What's going to happen at the DW, the legend?
Plenty of play for both sides. There's purpose in all the fixes, isn't there, to be honest with you, from there. And they said Wigan, yeah, they're the masters at this time of the season, aren't they? They're the holders, and they want the second spot. They want 2 bites of the cherry, and certainly with 2 home fixtures. Castleford, as we know, if they get the win, then they're in the top 5 from there. But
if Cass win, Gary, and assuming Warrington and Salford also won, Cass will go to the DW the week after in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But anyway, Cass won't be thinking that. They'll just be thinking they want to win just to make sure they make the 5, don't they? You know, because I don't know what's going to happen with Hull and St Helens. But with Wigan, the form up there in, they're at home. They want to make sure that they're finishing second. I'm going Wigan by 12.
I'm a bit worried, but I agree with just about everything you said there. Wigan have got a great record.
You don't have to
against
pity him, you know, just because of the cricket.
I pity him every day anyway. But no, they've got a great record at the DW against Cass. I think it's seven or so wins in a row, 12 out of the last 13. Cass were very good last weekend, but I just don't think they've got that consistent performance or to match what Wigan are producing at the moment. So yeah, I think Wigan by 12.
So it's the anniversary of closing Central Park, I think last week. And of course, the first game at the JJB as was Castleford going there and winning under Stuart Raper all those years ago. I don't think they will do this week. They might do in the playoffs, but who knows? No, they won't. Wigan will win that as well. Wigan will win this week, and they will win and secure second place by 8 points.
I've said for 2 months now, I think Wigan are going to win the grand final. They've been on a great run of form. I just wonder if there's a down week somewhere. If there's one down week. Cass, is it? Am I right in saying Cass have conceded 4 tries in 4 weeks? They're defending pretty well. I'm not saying they've had a lot thrown at them, but they're defending pretty well. I think Cass will feel they've got to win. They won't. I mean, that'll be an awful 24 hours if they lose. Waiting to see if Hull do win, and you know which Hull FC is going to turn up. You can never bank on it, can you? So I think they'll tip this in as this is a must-win for Cass. I know it potentially is, but if Hull don't win, it isn't. So I just think Wigan might have an off week ahead of the playoffs. I think Wigan will win Super League. I think Cass will win it very, very tight. I like what I saw last week. If that Cass turns up, they've got a chance. The Cass that turned up at Saints turn up, they're not going to win. I'll go Cass by 2. Right, we will start off
that doesn't matter.
with Hull against St Helens on Friday. Hull St Helens. Where are you going on this one?
Well, again, it's a must-win for the black and whites, and it all depends what sort of team St Helens send over. And I would imagine, the way Holbrook has done, certainly last season, this year, that it'll send a strong side, and they want to go into the week off with plenty of confidence, making sure that they're not defeated from there. And well, the black and whites, it all depends how they turn up. It depends the attitude of Jake Connor, if Jake Connor's going to play. If I were Radford, I wouldn't play him. If I'm honest with you, from there, I couldn't care less how big the game is. He doesn't deserve to be putting a black and white jersey on. I think there's a lot of content in that dressing room with him being in there. But Hull, even if they bring their A game and St Helens bring their B game, I think there's too much for Saints. I think it's even with the B game. I think St Helens are going to turn it over quite easily as well, to be honest with you. I don't think they're under the pressure. I'm going to St Helens by 16.
Yeah, I was there. I think it was six weeks ago. St Helens went to the KCOM and just dominated Hull. They booed their own team off when they lost to Huddersfield a few weeks ago. I think there's going to be a lot of nervous pressure and probably a bit of anger around the stadium.
Don't forget as well, if Cass did win, this game is meaningless.
Yeah,
isn't it? It's meaningless.
Well, that's a good point.
So
I just think St Helens, they're a class above Hull. They've got a lot to prove after Wembley. Even if you rest a few players, they've got a squad there. They're very impressive from the whole top to bottom. So I think St Helens by 12.
Rich.
The media benches will be outnumbered by Hull FC media team to the rest of the neutral journalists who will be there, because there'll be no one there, because no one will care about this match. Everyone will be elsewhere. St Helens will win easily, 24 points.
Hull have got the 4th worst defence. They're only 22 points better off defensively than London. They have been awful. I cannot believe, right, that they didn't beat Huddersfield the other week and then perform like they did. They're performing like a team that's jacked it in. Now, if the real Jake Connor stands up and comes and has a go, they've got a chance. But for me, I just don't think the belief's there. I don't think they believe they could win on Thursday at Cass. I think they've jacked it in. I think they're on their holidays. I think it's going to be a sad way to go out for like some Minicello and Manu. I think they're going to get whipped. So I'll go St Helens I'll go 16. I think I'm being kind there as well. I think Hull will get beaten. We will see. If they do get beaten, don't miss out on the playoffs. All those people who tweeted me earlier, quoting me saying they won't get in the playoffs, please retweet those tweets, won't you? I really enjoy it when you send them when your team's doing well. Right, the other game is Leeds Warrington. Warrington need a win. They need to win, simple as that. They could still come second. They could win and drop to 4th. It's a tough one, this. Leeds, they don't beat teams in the top 6 by and large, so they're going to win this week.
Well, Warrington certainly be taking a close note on Wigan's performance, won't it? Wigan win, then they're the second. So Warrington, their incentive certainly to get the win against Leeds is to making sure they finish third, isn't it? I think we're all in agreement that Salford will maybe put plenty of points on Kingston Rovers. So the Wolves need to come to Leeds on Friday and get the win by a few points. Leeds, yeah, they'll want to finish on a high. They'll want to go into the pre-season, yes. We finished on a high from there. We know it's been a disappointing season and give something for the fans to look forward to 2020. But you've made the point, Mike. I think they've not really done very well against the top sides in Super League from there. So Leeds will maybe looking to pull a Festival of Rugby League out from there. But Warrington, with just maybe a little bit more class. I think Gower Clark at this moment in time is up there as one of the best players in Super League. He could be the big difference. I don't think there'll be much in it. Don't like going against Leeds, but I tipped him last week to beat Salford by 14. I was absolutely massively wrong there. And as I get reminded every bloody week, to be honest with you. But yeah, I've got to go for Warrington. Doesn't give me the joy saying it, but I'm going Warrington by 10.
Yeah, I think Warrington, looking at the playoff places, they want to finish as well as they can. Leeds were decent against Salford. There was a lot of effort and commitment, but just in attack, didn't really have what it took to break Salford down. I think it'll be a similar story on Friday. Warrington by 8 and a nice lots of space in the medium benches for myself.
And the food as well is a great head. No, I got that. I always regret not backing Kieran Cunningham to score the last try at Knowsley Road. In the 2 games he scored the last tries at Knowsley Road. But I won't be wasting my money on JJB this week. I think he did his thing last week. Hope he gets a good send-off. But I don't think he will, because I think all the fans will have disappeared because Warrington are going to put them to the sword. Blake Austin needs to get some more legs back into him. He was quiet last week against Wakefield, wasn't he? But he was able to be quiet because the rest of the team were able to pull him along. I've still eaten me flake, which is a shock.
Well, we should have given one of them away.
Yeah.
I've got one in the car.
Well, you don't
England's Blake Austin.
It's difficult. England's Blake Austin, yeah. Warrington by 20.
I've got to look at this, right? Listen. I spoke to Steve Price after the game, and he was asking about the Salford score. They are aware of what they need to beat Salford's score. The first 40 minutes on Friday was reminiscent of earlier in the season. if they turn up and play like that, they will blow Leeds away. No, absolutely no
Leeds
doubt.
have got their awards on tonight. You know, their season's over.
Their season's
They've got nothing
ended.
to play for. Pride.
They need to go out on a high to appease the fans. A win would do Richard Agar the world of good as well. It really would. You know, they don't win, and people go, "Oh, Agar, the rubbish, blah blah." You know, it's Agar's fault. You know, blah blah blah. I think Warrington will win. I think Warrington will win easily. I think it could be a long night for Leeds. Job done for Leeds. I think mentally you can forgive them losing last week because they climbed Everest the week before. They'd secured safety. I don't think they'll win. I think Warrington will win quite nicely. I'm going Warrington by 24 because I think if Gary, you've got to look at it right. You've got to look at it. If Salford are winning 30-0 against OKR, Warrington are going to have to score some points, or they're going sudden death football the week after. They do not want to finish fourth. Warrington. They want to finish in the top 3. They may have to win big. Right, let's move on.
Over here, Leeds.
He said that.
Exactly.
I might agree, but he said it. Right, okay, moving on. Right,
it's men.
Huddersfield must win, although they could lose and stale against Catalans, or they could lose by a lot and go down. So, where are you going?
Well, the Giants surely cannot lose this game the way that the Catalans are. They're pathetic, they're disgraceful. They could care less about the jersey that the Catalans players. As I've said now for the last 8 weeks, they're on the big King Edwards, they're on the Factor 6. I think now, to be honest with you, they're not nicely tanned. They might be on the Factor 2, them Catalans players, the way they've been. This is easy for the Giants, as we said, 20 minutes ago. If they could have picked anybody, they would rather pick the Catalans round the West Wales Raiders, to be honest with you, from there. I think this is easy for the Giants. I'm going the Giants by 24.
You're one of the Huddersfield greats. Have they called you in for a pep talk this week, players?
I don't think it was Grace.
No.
GRAT.
I think they said it's someone Huddersfield hates. Is that what they said?
I had a big fee for it. No,
yeah, and they're still looking for the receipt.
I can't tip Catalans with any faith. I think obviously there's a lot of nerves and tension at Huddersfield, but I think they will win. I think they'll tough it out. They'll grind a victory. Huddersfield by 8.
In 2001, Wakefield stayed up by beating Salford, mainly because Bobby Goulding got sent off in the greatest thing he ever did for Wakefield. It was hilarious. We had a team of complete rubbish in those days. Well, some rubbish.
Well, like Joey Barton got sent off against Man City, and Man City won the league.
Brad Davis was good, and Gary Price, and Willie Poaching. Well, we had a few good players, Gareth Ellis. But on that same day, across the M62 from Salford in Huddersfield, they were relegated, coached by Tony Smith and captained by Steve McNamara. I don't think Steve McNamara is going to get Huddersfield relegated this time though, because they're no good, are they? Huddersfield by 6.
Huddersfield win. The game plan will be simple, basic. The worry I have about Huddersfield, I don't think they can blow Catalans away. And I think if Catalans are in it, they might have a go. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to go Catalans. I just think the pressure. The pressure.
He's
on Huddersfield.
That is absolute garbage.
Huddersfield
Mark Wilson,
Giants.
that is the worst call you have made since we've been doing this show. How long have we been doing
It's
this?
the worst call I've
6
made.
years.
It's the worst call I've made since last
That
week.
is garbage. That is garbage. Well, defend Catalans, how they can beat Giants on 5.
Rubbish.
Because I worry.
That is garbage.
And I know Huddersfield went to Hull KR and grafted out a win. Great performance, and they can do that. But I think the way to beat Catalan is get 18-0 up early and they'll chuck it in. I think if it's 6-2 after half an hour, they'll go, no, we might as well try. That's all I'm saying, and I think then it becomes a bit...
They're not even trying, they're not doing nothing.
Well, we'll see what I'm going Catalans.
Have you been on the sauce?
Shut up. Right, so that leads us to Salford, where 7 on the spin Salford are taking on the bottlers, Hull Kingston Rovers, who can't win. Now, they haven't won back-to-back games under Tony Smith, so the good news is they lost last week, so there's a chance they might win this week. But even Tony Smith admitted the occasion got the better of the players. Now, I think it's better that they're away from home. I think that gives them a chance. Have Salford got one eye on the playoffs? No, because I think they want to finish in the top 3. What do you think?
Well, what you just said there, the comment about Catalans winning has been absolutely bonkers. It's the worst comment you've made since we've been doing this show now for the last 5 or 6 years. So I'll ask you the question. Are you maybe contemplating saying that Olympique Rovers can beat Salford? I bet you don't, but anyway. Salford, yeah, they'll be... they're ready for this, and they're ready to put a few points on. They know exactly what they've got to do. What they say, 14, 16 points at this moment in time away from Warrington. They'll be looking to put stacks of points on against Olympique. I don't think Olympique can handle the pressure on Friday nights. Salford will go there with plenty of expression, looking to put plenty of points on Olympique. I can see this being easy for Salford. I think they're just going to put a performance in to say we're ready for the semi-finals. I'm going Salford by 32 points.
Wow. So I'll get an apology next week, won't I? Definitely. Bring it on. Right,
obviously,
I'll be in that box next year.
the Ashes result yesterday's fried Scully's brain. I think Salford, everything to play for Hulk, but Salford, very, very impressive on Friday night. It seems like they're already playing playoff football now. Just the way that the halves are working, 9 levels coming into the line. Joey Lussick off the bench gives him a lot of spark. Every week he scores the same try, that Burrow out for 5 minutes. He's done about 10 or 11 times this season. People still can't stop him. So I think Salford by 12, and they're just going to keep this run going.
Rich?
Salford. It happened, 3 years ago now? The £1 million game? Where Hulking actually bottled it.
Oh,
that's the biggest job in the history of
rugby. They found
a
way to lose a game that if they'd have lost, if you'd have said this is what's going to happen, that's impossible. That's impossible. That's never going to happen.
He and Craig Murdoch with the greatest call I've ever heard on radio. It was absolutely superb. I should dig that out and stick it on a video. I think we can do whatever we want. Don't exist anymore. Salford are going to win again, and they are going to win because they know they want to get 2 bites of the cherry at Old Trafford. Salford by 18. Might not be enough for them.
Okay, I've got to win. They've got to win.
They've
got to win.
I'm off.
They've got to win.
If you say okay, I'm off.
It's the second worst or third worst defence by 17 points against the second best attack. I think St Helens is just ticking along. Salford are due a defeat. The law of averages said they're due a defeat, but I just think the pressure will be too much. I think Ulcar have been here before. I think Salford will grind it out. There's almost no pressure on Salford. They're actually, the worst case scenario, they'll be home in the playoffs next week. That's the worst case scenario. I do think they'll win begrudgingly for Ulcar. I'll go Salford by 13. Right, the big one, and this is the big one. Wakefield against London, Friday night. Winning you're in. Winning you're in, lads. Winning you're in.
This is all about pressure, and I think it was around about 4 weeks ago when Chris Chester says, well, we only need to win one game.
This was all they needed to win.
Well, this is the one they're thinking about, aren't they? We only need to win one game, but also as well, they didn't anticipate that London would be on the same points.
No, they didn't. I can imagine all three of those around them at the bottom have gone, we're safe.
Exactly.
When they all won the other way, they've gone, that's us.
Exactly. So now, the pressure's on even more. The pressure is on even more, and it's not London. London enjoying the pressure. They know exactly what they're going to do. They know exactly how they're going to play. Exactly how they're doing all season. Certainly what I saw last week. They're loving this pressure. It can be seen from the coaches, from the subs, from the main players. The main players that are playing themselves. I don't think Wales will handle this pressure. I don't think they will handle it on Friday. If London can take the lead like they did against Olympique Rovers, we know that Wakefield crowd. They are going to be in. They are going to be in. They are going to be dogging. They're going to be dogging. London are going to be loving it. London are going to be loving it.
We're getting the crowds in.
I don't think. I don't think.
Much entertainment ever.
Yeah, we'll get sponsored by Pedigree Chum soon. Then. Yeah. But I don't think Wakefield will have the pressure. I think London will enjoy that environment on Friday. I'm going London by 10.
Tim's not happy. Please don't tip London, Scott. Sorry, Tim.
I'm going London by 10.
Job's knackered.
I'm a bit worried because I'm agreeing with you again. I think I think London they won't throw in the towel. They're never beaten. They just a remarkable team spirit, and essentially there is no pressure because no one expects them to do anything. They're away from home.
Absolutely.
It's all the heat is on.
They're enjoying the pressure.
Yeah,
John. They're enjoying it.
Danny Ward he gets the best out of his players. I think London by 2.
Rich? I've seen this game before. 2001 we beat Salford to stay up. 2002 we beat Warrington to stay up. 2006, the infamous original £1 million game, beat Castleford, stayed up. 2015, the original £1 million game, when James Lowe's pretty much gave his sign excuse by saying this shouldn't exist. All those idiots for the last 3 years who've said, oh, livelihoods are on the line, how can the players cope with the pressure? Well, see what you've got now, 4 sets of players with the pressure of knowing that they're going to sign for another team anyway because they're good enough. If they're not, they'll sign for a team in the Championship. And it's their fault that they're not good enough. I actually want London to win because I want to see one of the other 2 teams go down. Which you're not supposed to say, because I'm not a journalist. So I can say
Hold on, you wanted Leeds to win last week, now he wants Wakefield to lose. What?
Only because I'd rather see one of the other 2 go
I don't
down.
know if have more sauce today, you are.
I think you need a 2-week.
However,
He wants Wakefield to lose and you think Catalans are going to win. You two have been on the sauce. You're
However,
bonkers, you two.
I said in round 1, and I said in round whatever it was, Wakefield would win against London, and I was wrong, but I'm going to say Wakefield will win against London. Last 2 times I said by 20 points. It can't be by 20 on Friday, can it? Wakefield by 8. But I hope London win, if the other 2 win.
We've had a 28 game marathon to get to this point.
Danny Kerman,
Right, can I just say this before you think? Take your friendship out, and Mr. Carr and Mr. Chester, just be honest with
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm going to be.
We are objective on this programme.
Of course. I was the one cheering when London scored last week. That ain't what Michael Carter wanted to hear. But London, they've done unbelievable to get this way, right? There are 2 outcomes. Either the drama continues and this one goes right to the last minute, or London play like I did at all and they're 30-0 down inside 20 minutes. I desperately hope that doesn't happen. I hope it goes to the end. And I've said it. I hope London win. I don't want Wakefield to get relegated, but I want London to win. I think it's a fitting end to the story that no one ever thought would have happened. I think it'll be one of the great. Them staying up would almost, for me, be better than Leicester winning the league. Honestly, it would. I think it'd be that good an achievement. Can they do it? I don't know. Wakey really played well at Hull KR. They played okay against Wigan, and they were okay last week, but only in the second half. First half they got behind and they were in trouble. I'm going to go London by 1. I'm going to go London golden point. I think it's. I can honestly see this being. It's either all over and it's Wakey win, get in front and the pressure's off. They've won, or London keep fighting. They found a way to win that game the other night when they were relegated. They were relegated and they found a way to win. I'm not sure Wakey. They had that win at Hull KR. I think mentally they thought they were safe. They're not. They've had 2 tough games. This is another one. I'm going London. I think London will win. And I think Hull KR are going to get relegated. What about you? Who are you going for? You think Huddersfield are going to win?
I'm going Hull KR.
You think Hull KR will lose?
I think London will win.
Do you? Yep. So who's going down then?
I think Huddersfield will Hull KR.
Okay.
I think, well, I've said Wakefield will win, so London will go down, will they?
Yeah. But okay. That's us done.
Of course, we say that, but next week when John's got to speak to Robert Elston before the playoff launch, he says, you're having 14 teams next year. I don't know what you're worried about. Just did it to get viewership on Sky. He should do that.
The pressure's starting.
Pressure.
Trying to
Notice his t-shirt. How good is his t-shirt?
No one noticed it until now. Can't beat him joining him.
Australian cricket.
I'm going to take a photo of that shirt.
4-game ban. 4-game ban.
Scully says that all the Aussies are exiles or whatever, so they're all English anyway.
You don't know £10 bombs, that's what you are. £10 bombs.
I'm doing the Gary Schofield Australian history.
Feel free to abuse us on social media when we get it wrong, mate.
Come on, London! Come on, London!
Is that it?
I've stopped the podcast on that note. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Hi everyone over in the UK. Well, I'm here to tell you that come October this year, I'll be travelling to the UK to do a week-long talking tour. I'll be talking about everything in my life, my rugby league career, how I started and of course how I finished this year. I'll be travelling to Leeds, St Helens, Hull and Doncaster to do live events. Go to rmsportsevents.co.uk to get all the information. I'll also be playing a couple of games of Rugby League against an old foe of mine, Adrian Morley. The events also support Life for a Kid. Can't wait for it. It's going to be great fun. I love the UK. See you in October.